one, Marley's ghost.
Marley was dead, to begin with. There was no doubt about that.
The registry of his burial was signed by the clergyman, the clerk,
The undertaker, and the chief mourner.
Scrooge signed it, and Scrooge's name was good for anything he chose to put his hand to.
Old Marley was as dead as a doornail.
Mind, I don't mean to say I know of my own knowledge what there is particularly dead about a doornail.
I might have been inclined myself to regard a coffin nail as the deadest piece of ironmongery in the trade.
But the wisdom of our ancestors is in the simile, and my unhallowed hands shall not disturb it.
You will therefore permit me to repeat emphatically that Marley was as dead as a doornail.
Scrooge knew he was dead.
Of course he did. How could it be otherwise? Scrooge and he were partners for I don't know how many years.
Scrooge was his sole executor, his sole administrator, his sole friend and sole mourner.
There is no doubt that Marley was dead. This must be distinctly understood, or nothing wonderful can come of the story we are about to relate.
Scrooge never painted out Marley's name.
There it stood, years afterwards, above the warehouse door. Scrooge and Marley.
The firm was known as Scrooge and Marley. Sometimes people new to the business called Scrooge, and sometimes Marley. But no matter, he answered to both.
It was all the same to him.
Oh, but he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, Scrooge.
A squeeze. Wrenches. Scraping.
Cuss this old sinner.
Hard and sharp as flint, which no steel had ever struck out generous fire.
Secret and self-contained, the Saltaria's oyster.
Nobody ever stopped him on the street to say with gladsome looks, "My dear Mr. Scrooge, how are you? When have you come to see me?"
Those beggars implored him to be still and tranquil.
Lieutenant asked him when it was o'clock.
No man or woman ever once in all of his life have inquired the way to such and such a place of Scrooge.
But what did Scrooge care? It was the very thing he liked.
Once upon a time, of all the good days in the year, on Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat busy in his counting house.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Humbug.
Christmas, a humbug, Uncle. You don't mean that, I am sure.
I do. Merry Christmas. What right have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
What right have you to be dismal? You're rich enough.
Humbug.
Don't be cross, Uncle.
Now what else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as this? Merry Christmas. What's Christmas time to you anyway, but a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself a year older and not an hour richer. My tail, you insufferable. Now, if I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. He should.
Uncle!
Nephew! You keep Christmas in your way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone, then. Much good may it do you.
There are many things from which I might have derived, good by which I have not profited. I have always thought of Christmas time as a good time, a charitable, forgiving, pleasant time. A time in the long calendar of the year when men and women open their shut-up hearts freely and think of people below them as fellow passengers to the grave. And therefore, Uncle, though it has not put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, it has done me good, and it will do me good. And I say, God bless it.
Very good indeed.
Let me hear another sound from you, and you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation. You're quite a powerful speaker, sir. It's a wonder you don't go into Parliament, miserable.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow.
I'll see you hanged first.
But why?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Because you fell in love. Now that is the one thing in this world even more ridiculous than Merry Christmas. Good afternoon, nephew.
I won't. Nay, Uncle. You never came to see me before that happened. Why, give it as a reason for not coming now.
I'm working here. Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you.
You're still talking.
Why cannot we be friends?
Good afternoon, nephew.
I am sorry with all of my heart to find you so resolute. For we have never had any quarrel from which I have been a party. But I have kept this visit to Christmas, and I shall keep my Christmas humor to the last. So Merry Christmas.
And now I've lost count. Good day to you, sir.
And a Happy New Year.
I said good day.
And a Merry Christmas to you too, my dear Mr. Cratchit, and to all your good family.
Oh, you are most kind, sir. Merry Christmas.
And there's another fellow, my clerk, with 15 shillings a week, and a wife and a family, talking about Merry Christmas. I'll retire to the madhouse.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe.
Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
I'm sorry, Mr. Marley died 7 years ago. It's very nice.
Well, we have no doubt his liberality is well represented by his surviving partner.
At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, it is more than usually desirable that we should make some slight provisions for the poor and destitute.
Who suffer greatly at the present time.
What's that?
Many thousands are in want of common necessities.
Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comforts.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
And the union workhouses, are they still in operation?
They are. Still, I wish I could say they were not.
I was afraid by what you had said at first that something had happened to stop them in their useful course. I'm very glad to hear it.
Right. Under the impression that they scarcely furnish Christian cheer to the multitude.
A few of us are endeavoring to raise a fund to buy the poor some meat and drink in means of warmth.
Excellent.
We choose this time, of all others, when want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices.
What should I put you down for?
Nothing, thank you.
Oh, you wish to be anonymous.
Completely understand.
I wish to be left alone. I don't make merry at Christmas time, and I can't afford to make idle people merry. I have to support the establishments that I have mentioned through taxation. They cost enough. And those who are badly off simply must go there.
But many can't go there.
And many would rather die.
If they had rather die, then they had better do it. And decrease the surplus population. Good afternoon to you both. What is this, carolers? Get away from my window! Miserable little street urchins. And now the hour has come to waste. You'll want all day tomorrow, I suppose.
If it's quite convenient, sir.
It is not convenient. And it's not fair. Why, if I was to stop half a crown for it, you'd think yourself ill-used, I'll be bound. But you don't think me ill-used when I have to pay an entire day's wages for no work.
It is only once a year, sir.
Now that is a poor excuse for picking a man's pockets every 25th of December. But I suppose Mr. Cratchit simply must have the whole day. Miserable little... You be here all that much earlier the following morning.
Oh, I will, sir. I promise.
You see to it. There.
Woohoo! Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la.
Scrooge lived in chambers which had once belonged to his deceased partner.
They were a gloomy suite of rooms in a lowering pile up a building yard where it had little business to be.
And one could scarcely help fancying it must have run there when it was a younger house, playing at hide and seek with the other houses and watching its way out again.
Now, it is a fact that there was nothing at all particular about the knock on the door, except that it was very long. Let any man explain to me, if he can, how Scrooge, having his key ready, saw the knock without its undergoing any intermediate process of change.
Not a knocker, but Marley's face.
Good heavens. It cannot be. I'm very tired. Humbug.
Not caring a button for the darkness. Darkness was cheap and Scrooge liked it.
But before he retired for the night, he walked through his rooms to make sure all was right.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
I'm not at home.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
No, this is not happening. How now? What do you want with me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
All right, you're rather peculiar for a shadow. Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Uh-huh, I see. And can you sit down?
I can.
Do it.
You don't believe in me.
I don't.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. Slight disorder of the stomach makes the senses cheat. Well, you could be an undigested bit of beef. a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more of gravy than of grave about you, whatever you are. Humbug, I say, humbug. Mercy, dreadful apparition! Why do you trouble me?
Man of a worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do. I must. But why do spirits walk the earth, and why must they come to me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men and witness what it may not share, but might have shared on earth and turned to happiness. How is it that I appear before you in a shape you can see? I may not tell. I have sat invisible beside you many and many a day.
You are fettered and bound. Tell me why.
I wear the chains I forged in life. I made them link by link and yard by yard. Would you know the weight and length of the strong coil you bear yourself? It was as heavy and as long as this 7 Christmas Eves ago. You have labored on it since. It is a ponderous chain now.
7 Christmases ago. Jacob Marley, tell me more. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give.
No?
It comes from other regions, Ebenezer, and conveyed by other ministers to other kinds of men. Nor can I tell you what I would. Very little more is permitted of me. I cannot stay. I cannot rest. I cannot linger anywhere. In life, my spirit knew only the narrow bounds of our counting house, and weary journeys lie before me.
7 years dead and traveling all the time?
The whole time. No rest, no peace, incessant torture of remorse. To know that no amount of regret can make amends for one's life's opportunities missed. Yet, such was I.
Opportunities missed? But you were always such a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Business? Mankind was my business! Charity, mercy, forbearance, benevolence were my business! Now, hear me, Ebenezer. My time is barely gone.
I will, but don't be hard upon me, Jacob, I pray.
I am here tonight to warn you that you yet have the hope and chance of avoiding my fate.
Oh, thank you. You were always such a good friend to me, Jacob.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
No. I think I'd rather not. Thank you.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to avoid the path I tread.
All right.
Expect the first tomorrow night when the bell tolls 1. Expect the second...
Jacob, couldn't I just take all the spirits at once and have it over with?
Expect the second the following night at the same hour. Expect the third on the following night when the last stroke of 12 has ceased to vibrate. Now, look to see me no more, Ebenezer. And remember... Remember, for your own sake, what has passed between us.
Stay tuned, the first of the three spirits.
To Scrooge's great astonishment, the heavy bell of the clock went on from 6 to 7, and from 7 to 8, and regularly up to 12. Then stopped. 12.
12? It was past 2 when I went to bed. The clock must be wrong. An icicle must have gotten into its works. Is it possible that I could have slept through a whole day and fought into another night? I must think.
Marley's ghost bothered him exceedingly. He thought and thought and thought it over and over and over, and could make nothing of it.
Was it a dream or not?
Ding dong.
1:15.
Ding dong.
1:30.
Ding dong.
1:45.
Ding dong.
The hour itself.
1.
And nothing more, it would seem. Oh, Jacob. Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
My past. Spirit, I beg of you to cover yourself with that cap and depart from me. I'm very tired.
What? Would you so soon put out with worldly hands the light I give?
I disclaim all intention to offend. May I be so bold as to inquire what business brought you here?
Your welfare.
My welfare, yes. Well, I cannot help but think that a night of unbroken rest would have been far more conducive to that end.
Your reclamation, then. Take heed. Rise and walk with me.
Oh, no, Spirit. I am mortal and liable to fall.
Bear but a touch of my hand there, and you shall be upheld in more than this.
Through the wall, they stood upon an open country road with fields on either hand. The city had entirely vanished. Not a vestige of it was to be seen. The darkness and the mist had vanished with it, for it was a cold, clear winter's day with snow upon the ground.
Good heavens. I was bred in this place. I was a boy here.
Scrooge was conscious of 1,000 odors floating through the air, each connected with 1,000 thoughts and hopes and joys and cares long, long forgotten.
Your lip is trembling, and what is that upon your cheek?
It is nothing. A pimple. Lead me where you will.
You recollect the way?
Know it. I could walk it blindfolded.
Strange to have forgotten it for so many years.
They left the high road by a well-remembered lane and soon approached a mansion of dull red brick.
Yay!
It's Eugene! And Nicholas! And there's Edwin! Hello, Edwin!
These are but the shadows of the things that happen. They have no consciousness of us.
And there's Martin! David. And little Oliver. Blah.
The school is not quite deserted. A solitary child, neglected by his friends, is left there still.
I know it.
They walked across the hall to a door at the back of the house.
A lonely boy read near feeble fire. Scrooge wept to see his poor forgotten self as he had used to be.
Poor boy. I wish. But it is too late for that now.
What is the matter?
Nothing. Nothing. There was a boy singing a Christmas carol outside my door last night. I should like to have given him something, that's all.
Let us see another Christmas.
Fanny, that's my sister.
I have come to bring you home, dear brother. To bring you home, home, home. Home, little friend? Yes, home for the good and all. Home for ever and ever. Father's so much kinder than he used to be. That home's like heaven. He spoke to me so gently one night that I wasn't afraid to ask him once more if he could come home. And he said, yes, you should. And sent me in a coach to bring you here. And you're to be a man, and are never to come back here. But first we're to be together all Christmas long, and have the merriest time in all the world. You're quite the word, little man.
Always a delicate creature, whom a breath might have withered. But she had a large heart.
Yes, so she had. Yes. You're right, and I shall not contradict its spirit, God forbid.
She died a woman and had, as I think, children.
One child.
True. Your nephew.
Yes.
There's that mobile at the school behind them. They're now in the basic third bed of the city.
It was made plain enough by the dressings of the shops that here too it was Christmas time again.
But it was evening, and the streets were lighted up.
Do you know this place?
Know it? I was apprenticed here. Why, it's old Fezziwig. Bless his heart, it's Fezziwig alive again.
Yo-ho there, Nicholas, Ebenezer.
Nick Wilkins. To be sure, bless me, yes, there he is. He was very much attached to me, was old Nick.
Yo-ho, my boys, yo-ho. No more work tonight, no more work. It's Christmas Eve, Nicholas, yes, it's Christmas, it's Christmas, Ebenezer, yes. All right. Let's have the shutters up before a man can say Jack Robinson. Yes. All right. Hilly ho, clear away, my lads. Yes. Let's have lots of room here. Lots of room. Hilly ho, clear away. Oh, hilly ho, Nick. Yes. Oh, cheer up, Ebenezer. Oh, yes.
A small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude.
Small?
Yes.
Why is it not? He has spent but a few pounds of your mortal money. 3 or 4, perhaps. Is that so much that he deserves this praise?
Come now.
No, it isn't that, Spirit. It isn't that.
Oh, look at you, look at you. Oh.
He has the power to render us happy or unhappy.
Yes, there we go.
The happiness that he gives us is quite as great as if it cost a fortune. Fezziwig's party! Fezziwig's Christmas party! Fezziwig, how are you? Nothing particular.
Something, I think.
No. It's just that I should like to have had a word or two with my clerk just now, that's all.
My time grows short. Quick!
Again, Scrooge saw himself. He was older now, a man in the prime of his life. His face had begun to show the wear of care and avarice. He was known to live.
It matters little. To you, very little. Another idol has displaced me. And if it could cheer and comfort you in time to come, as I would have tried to do, I have no just cause to grieve.
What idol has displaced you, Belle?
A golden one.
This is the even-handed dealing of the world. There's nothing on which is so hard as poverty, and which it professes to condemn with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off one by one until the master passion, gain, engrosses you. Have I not?
What then? Even if I've grown so much wiser, what then? I am not changed toward you.
Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so, until in good season we could improve our worldly fortune by our patient industry. You are changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
Your own feeling tells you that you are not what you are. That which promised happiness when we were one in heart is fraught with misery now that we are two. How often, how keenly I have thought of this, I will not say. It is enough that I have thought of it, and can release you.
Have I ever sought release?
In words, no.
In what then?
In a changed nature. In everything that made my love of any worth in your sight. If this had never been between us, tell me, would you seek me out and try to win me now?
Yes.
No.
You think not?
I would gladly think otherwise if I could. Heaven knows. But if you were free today, tomorrow, yesterday, could even I believe that you would choose a poor, dowerless girl? You who in your very confidence with her weigh everything by gain. Or choosing her, do I not know that regret would surely follow? I do. And I release you for the love of him you once were. You may have pain in this, a very, very brief time, and you will dismiss the recollection of it gladly, as an unprofitable dream for once it happened well that you awoke. May you be very happy in the life you have chosen.
Go after her, you fool! Spirit, show me no more. Conduct me home.
One shadow more.
No more. No more. I do not wish to see it. Show me no more.
All at once, they were in an unfamiliar room. Not a very large or handsome room, but full of comfort.
Sitting near to the window fire, he saw Belle, now a comely matron.
Merry Christmas! Oh, everybody, there's enough for everyone. Merry Christmas! Oh, Belle, I saw an old friend of yours this afternoon.
Who was it?
Guess.
How can I? Was it Mr. Scrooge?
Mr. Scrooge it was. I passed his office window, and as it was not shut up and he had a candle inside, I could scarcely help seeing him. I hear his partner lies on the point of death. Yet there he sat, alone. Quite alone in the world, I do believe.
Alone at Christmas time? Poor Mr. Scrooge.
Poor Mr. Scrooge.
Spirit, remove me from this place. Why do you delight to torture me?
I told you, these were the shadows of the things that have been, that they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Remove me. I cannot bear it. Leave me. Take me back. Haunt me no longer.
Stave 3, the second of the three spirits.
Come in! Come in and know me better, man! I am the ghost of Christmas present! Look upon me! Have you ever seen the likes of me before?
Never.
Have you never walked forth with my elder brethren, born these later years?
I'm afraid not. Have you had many brothers, Spirit?
More than 1,800!
Indeed, a tremendous family to provide for. Spirit, conduct me where you will. Last night, I went forth, on compulsion, mind you, and I learned a lesson which is working even now. Tonight, if you have aught to teach me, please let me profit by it.
Come!
Holly!
Mistletoe!
Red berries.
Ivy!
Turkey!
Geese!
Game!
Poultry! Prawn!
Meat!
Pizza!
Sausage! Oysters! Pie! Puddings! Fruit! And punch all vanished instantly. So did the room.
The fire.
The ruddy glow.
The hour of the night.
And they stood in the streets on
Christmas morning!
Christmas morning! Look at all the
Is there a peculiar flavor that you sprinkle from your torch?
There is! Mayo!
And would it apply to any dinner given on this day?
To any kindly given, to a poor one most.
Why to a poor one most?
Because it needs it most! Come on.
Perhaps it was a pleasure the good spirit had showing off this power of his, or else it was his own kind, generous, hearty nature and his sympathy with all poor men that led him straight to Scrooge's clock.
Mother, what wonderful dinner! The gift, the pudding!
Whatever has kept your precious father, then? And your brother, Tiny Tim? And Martha wasn't as late last Christmas by half an hour. Well, bless my heart alive, my dear, how late you are.
Oh, we had a deal of work to finish up last night and had to clear away this morning, Mother.
Well, never mind, so long as you are come.
There's such a goose, Martha. A feathered number.
Sit ye down before the fire, my dear, and have a warm. Lord bless ye.
Bob, that's my clock.
This family.
Oh, Merry Christmas, my dear.
Merry Christmas.
Why? Where's our Martha?
Not coming.
Not coming? Not coming upon Christmas Day?
Oh, stop. Now what?
There you are, Martha.
Here I am, Father.
Martha.
I'm sorry if there's...
Help Tim onto his stool. And how did little Tim behave?
Oh, as good as gold and better. Somehow he gets thoughtful sitting by himself so much that he thinks the strangest things you've ever heard. He told me coming home that he hoped that people saw him in the church and that it might be pleasant to them to remember upon Christmas Day who made lame beggars walk and blind men see.
What a boy.
Tiny Tim grows strong and hearty. All right, children, stop running around the table. Come, sit down. Cedar Bob, all right.
And here we have the Christmas goose.
I don't believe there ever was such a goose cooked. Children,
Such a small goose for such a large
children,
family.
please.
It is all he can afford.
Yes, I know.
And the Christmas pudding.
I regard this as the greatest success ever achieved by your mother since our marriage.
I confess, now the weight is off my mind. I had my doubts about the quantity of flour.
Dear, it was perfect.
Thank you.
Now, my dears, a toast. A Merry Christmas to us all. God bless us.
God bless us. God bless us, everyone.
Now, my dears, a song from Tiny Tim. Come.
I love songs. Especially from children. They are the best songs. You'll like this.
Lule, lule, thou little tiny child. Bye-bye, lule, lule. This poor young thing.